Change is hard, and change doesn't always happen at once. But then again, this isn't about the next 4 years, or the 4 years after that. This is about our children's future and our grandchildren's future. We are here today because generations before us were willing to make the tough choices. And Barack has proven time and time again that he is willing and he is able to make the tough choices. And he will keep us moving forward.
We all know that the topics discussed tonight don't have easy answers, and that's fine. We don't want easy. But these last few years have been a lot harder than they needed to be. It's all the little things, the price of the gas pump that you just can't believe, the grocery bills that just keep getting bigger. It's all the little things that pile up to become the big things. And the big things, the good jobs, the college education, the car or home that you want to buy, just keep getting harder. We're too smart to know that there aren't easy answers, but we're not dumb enough to accept that there aren't better answers. And that's where my husband comes in.
The decision for a woman to have an abortion is not an easy one, and one that no woman makes lightly. My husband recognizes that, and he wants to give women the resources that they need to have access to what they need to make that decision safely and to make the decision that is best for them. He realizes that no one can make that decision for her. In the last 4 years, my husband has worked successfully to make that vision a reality by expanding access to contraceptives, health information, and preventative services.
Now, as Michelle had stated, taking preventive measures is definitely important, but it does not change the fact that abortion is still happening and that it needs to be changed today. There are 2 lives involved in abortion, not just one. Both the mother and child are human beings, but only one has the choice to defend itself. We're here today because our mothers decided to keep us, and they made that decision. We also need to remember that adoption is definitely an option, and in having abortions, we're taking away that opportunity for people who cannot have children of their own.
We know that the President is committed to keeping this promise to pursue those who would threaten U.S. safety and freedom, because on May 2nd, 2011, President Obama made the bold decision to order a raid of Osama bin Laden's compound in Pakistan, eliminating the man responsible for the 9/11 attacks, and the only leader Al-Qaeda had ever known. While some situations that are a result of the Arab Spring have clearer solutions than do others, encouraging freedom in newly free countries while preventing an increasing Al-Qaeda presence is a top concern to the President.
The current state of our foreign affairs is shaky at best. The evening news is littered more than ever with talks of economic instability and political collapse. One doesn't have to search far to realize that the current global climate is without leadership and guidance. We used to be that leader, that society which nations would turn to for guidance and support. We as Americans believe that life and liberty are God-given rights that do not apply to particular people group in westernized civilization.
Since I was a young child, and into my mid-20s, I struggled with a speech impediment. This problem would have most likely persisted on for the rest of my life if I had not set my mind on overcoming it. There were many nights where I would stay up late into the night reciting poetry over and over again to myself in front of the mirror to help myself overcome this. Ultimately, through hard work and dedication, I was able to become the true master of my words, a slave no longer an impediment had so long plagued me. 4 years ago, I may not have been deemed the best person to assume the role of Vice President, and heaven forbid if anything were to happen to President Obama, to assume the office of the President. But I am a man of determination, and if need be, you can count on me to fulfill the role as the President of the United States with fervor.
I spent the last 14 years in Congress, and I was able to work my way up to becoming chairman of the Budget Committee, as well as a senior member on the House Ways and Means Committee. My experience has allowed me to develop a certain budget expertise as it relates to creating jobs and better preparing the economy. During my 7 terms in office, I worked to bring about fiscal discipline and accountability. And if I were to be honest with you, this hasn't always been an easy fight trying to rein in out-of-control federal government spending. But I can say one thing, it's a cause that is completely worth fighting for.
4 years ago, when President Obama took office, the economy was losing 800,000 jobs a month. The Dow Jones Industrial Average stood at just under 8,000. The United States was still in danger of Al-Qaeda's most feared leader, Osama bin Laden, and millions of Americans were struggling with healthcare costs spiraling out of control. Since then, the economy has been adding jobs for 31 months straight. The Dow Jones Industrial Average stands at over 13,000, an over 50% increase. And Osama bin Laden is no longer a threat to the United States, while President Obama has not shied away from reforming our healthcare system.
If Governor Romney is elected, Obamacare will be repealed on his first day in office and replaced with a plan that will introduce free market principles. Governor Romney will restore the $716 billion in cuts to Medicare. And finally, military. If the president's reelected, we're going to see drastic cuts to our defense. The Secretary of Defense even labeled these cuts catastrophic, devastating. Governor Romney will not cut our commitment to the military. We will keep America strong, and we'll get America's middle class back to work again. Thank you.